This one's wife. Pants off, legs open. It stinks. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor, and there continues to be the reviewing of the latest offering on Netflix from Harry and this one's wife, their show Polo. This time we return to The Cut, the magazine that you will recall grandly took the piss out of this one's wife, and she didn't realise, in an excellent article by Alison P. Davis, which at first blush appeared to be a load of sycophantic nonsense, but on closer examination demonstrated that she was actually taking the Markle out of this one's wife, who completely missed it. Hardly a surprise. This one's wife isn't the most subtle of individuals, and she certainly lacks a sense of humour. You'll recall, it was the interview where this one's wife didn't understand the difference between the words guttural and visceral. But apparently she's whip smart. Of course you are. Anyway, The Cut has weighed in, and it isn't Alison P. Davis that has commented this time about Polo, but somebody called Danielle Cohen. And what she writes is short, but rather interesting. She states, Prince Harry and this one's wife's tortured attempts to launch a successful stateside endeavour continued this week with a new 5-part docuseries about polo on Netflix. It's called Polo, and while you might think a sport involving horses, fancy hats, and fan-cammable athletes would do well with viewers, Polo is already getting horrific reviews. Seems like this one is bound for the same fate as this one's wife's beleaguered jam company. Personally, I haven't felt compelled to watch Polo, but according to critics, it is tedious, mostly boring, and destined to fall through the submenus into obscurity at the speed of light. Yikes. It's clattering and niche, one ticked-off guy at The Guardian wrote, and feels like a spoof documentary designed to play on screens in the background of episodes of Succession. Though the couple co-produced the show, it seems to be more of Harry's pet project. He's a long-time polo player and apparently had a vision, but neither he nor his wife appear much in the series at all, eliciting even more criticism. I hope her cooking show goes better. A short review, of sorts, which is essentially based upon telling us what other people have written about it, primarily the reviewer at The Guardian, whose observations I covered yesterday. But the biggest load of snark that's directed at Harry and this one's wife here is the fact that Danielle Cohen couldn't be asked to even watch the programme. She writes a review, but doesn't bother watching. That demonstrates the contempt in which Harry and this one's wife are held by that particular reviewer. Ordinarily, you would at least sit down and watch it, but she states, I haven't felt compelled to watch Polo. In other words, I know that it was going to be a crock of shite, and I'm not going to waste several hours of my life watching a load of bollocks. The fact is that a reviewer can't be bothered to watch the output of this one's wife and Harry, and that, of course, is particularly wounding to a narcissist, because even if the person watched it and was critical, it provides some fuel. The fact that she's commented about it naturally still does, but the contempt oozes from between the lines in relation to this, demonstrating that the show stinks. But it doesn't just end there in demonstrating what a pile of horse manure this series is. When you create something that's open to review, it is naturally the case that there'll be some people that think that it is fantastic, some people will think that it's rubbish, and some people will suggest it's not too bad. You're never going to please everybody with your output, and therefore you have to be prepared that alongside the bouquets there will be the brickbats. However, it's quite clear that in relation to Polo, it's getting a complete slamming across various platforms. And this has necessitated the PR people of this one's wife and Harry to try and fight back. This has been seen in numerous instances, and I'm not going to go through every single one because that would unnecessarily elongate this video. But what I am going to point out is one example of many in relation to how this one's wife and Harry have sought to shore up the reviews of Polo, demonstrating once again that it actually stinks. Why? Because they've had to resort to utilising AI. We have to acknowledge the contribution of Roshi920, who is a Redditor on the subreddit, saying this one's wife, they use her full name, as you know I do not, who brought this to the attention of individuals and then caused me to look further and demonstrated that the use of AI has become prevalent by this one's wife and Harry. And they're not the only ones that do it, but it is demonstrative of how much the show stinks that they've had to use this to try and make things look favourable. A review that was posted on the 12th of December on IMDb states, "The Netflix series Polo is a masterpiece that brilliantly combines gripping storytelling, stunning visuals, and deeply compelling characters. Each episode is crafted with precision, keeping viewers on the edge of their seats. The show's ability to explore complex themes while maintaining an engaging pace is truly remarkable. Its cinematography and soundtrack add an immersive layer, making every moment unforgettable. Polo stands out as a testament to Netflix's ability to deliver top-tier entertainment, leaving audiences eagerly awaiting more. It's a must-watch for anyone seeking quality drama and thrilling entertainment." That's clearly written by AI, because none of it is applicable, even if you were trying to be as objective as possible and say it's not boring and shitty. You're never going to describe it as a masterpiece. You're not going to say it's got gripping storytelling. Given the fact that across the media, it's got no more than 2 out of 5, showing that there is a consensus view about the quality of this programme, for someone to come along and give it 10 out of 10 and suggest that it combines gripping storytelling, stunning visuals, and, get this, deeply compelling characters, is demonstrative of the fact that it has indeed been generated by AI. This show stinks so much that in order to make it look favourable, the Gruesome Twosome have resorted to having AI reviews submitted at IMDb. Now, of course, they haven't created those themselves, although then again, it's not like this one's wife's doing much else, is it? So who knows? But more likely it's been done on their behalf, but it is demonstrative of just how much stinks when it's associated with them. And finally, on Rotten Tomatoes, it's found itself with a rating of just 16%, demonstrating that it really is a crock of shite. Pants off, legs open. It stinks. It really does. And of course, it's little wonder that this one's wife would seek to distance herself from it, because typical of the narcissist, if there's a success, it's all down to her. If there isn't, it's somebody else's fault. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.